Good morning and welcome back to another vlog. Today is my friend's final day in Banff. She's not looking. But she's here visiting from Toronto. And we have been doing a whole bunch of exploring over the last couple of days. Hopefully you saw my other vlog where we went out to some of the lakes. But today we are staying in the town of Banff predominantly and doing a bit of sightseeing around here. Hoping to go up the gondola, check out some lakes, some sightseeing around town. So I thought I'd bring you guys along as well. Our first stop for the day is Lake Minnewanka. We just spent the morning at home, ate some bagels there, and now we're out here driving this little lake loop around town. Today is not the best weather. It is a really weird mix of like rain, wind, occasional sun. So we're just gonna see what we can do. She's already seen a lot around here. We've done a lot of lake looking at already, but we're gonna go and do a couple more. So about 15 minutes of a drive from town, there is this little loop. Now it has Lake Minnewanka, Two Jack, Johnston, and Cascade Ponds. If you're here, it is a beautiful little drive. You don't even have to get out of the car, all of them, but they are all different and they're all really pretty. Now, this one we're about to drive over is Two Jack. Just then I came here paddleboarding once, and we were doing a sunset paddle, and this elk and her baby came running into the lake and swam like right across it. That's so cool. The second stop of our lake tour is Lake Two Jack. I love this one, it's cool. It's kind of got like a mini little island as well that you can like walk out to, picnic tables on it. It is really nice on a lovely day. Today is just not quite that day. Our last lake on the loop is Johnston Lake, which is just down there. It's a bit more green than the other ones. We've decided to start making our way up to the gondola, but first I need to just pop into the library, return a book that is overdue, and then I'm just going to pop into the post office. But it looks like we're starting to get a little bit more blue sky, and it's meant to keep clearing, so fingers crossed.
The voice of the robin, the call of the dove, the red leaves are falling, the barn owl is calling, the welcome of the dawn.
Alright, we quickly finished up those little errands, picked up some mail. Fun fact though, living in Banff, no one has mailboxes, so everything has to go through the Canada Post, but living here you get access to a free PO box, so it's not too bad.
All are happy to be out in the ending of the night, welcome of the dawn.
So I've just arrived at the gondola, we've purchased our tickets, got a little Starbucks, now we are gonna head up. It is a lot busier than I expected. It is like mid to late October and I didn't expect it to be as full as it is, so hopefully we can get into Sky Bistro today, but oh well, we're here and that's good enough too.
Feel the change is closer at the welcome of the dawn. The trees, they are singing, tune of a song, and the wind is gently ringing the bell that brings the morning, the welcome of the dawn. Though the warm days are over,
we've made it up to the summit of Sulphur Mountain where the Banff Gondola is. It's actually turned into quite a nice day, which is very lucky. But it's freezing and windy.
comes morning breaks the welcome of the dawn. Daylight is calling, welcome of the dawn.
So we ideally wanted to come up to Sky Bistro today, but we got to the top and it is actually closed for a private event. So we've ended up in Northern Lights, which is kind of like a self-serve bistro, but you still have a server who gives you drinks. I've never been here before, and this is like my 5th time up the gondola now. Food looks really good though. So we had such a nice time up at the gondola. We ended up just like hanging out in the Northern Lights Bistro for a while, did some stuff on social media on our phones, but it was just so nice just to sit with views like this. But it was freezing. Like, we didn't even do the boardwalk or spend much time outside. Luckily they have gorgeous like floor to ceiling windows. But there was just so much wind. It started raining a smidge too. Like, still not a bad day, but it was an experience. What do you think of the views though?
Amazing views.
Yeah.
Just very cold.
It's so pretty. I think the gondola is so worth it if you ever come to town. You don't even have to hike a mountain. So we've come down to the golf course this afternoon. If you're coming through Banff, this is such a beautiful area just to drive through. You don't even have to golf, but there's a beautiful like one-way loop you can do. There are so many animals that hang out down here too. We just saw a whole herd of elk, and bears are commonly spotted down here too. So whether you golf or not, if you have a car or even rent an e-bike, come down to the golf course. It's just beautiful. While we're driving around, I thought I would tell you guys a little bit more about Madi and I's story. So first of all, if you haven't watched my like how I ended up in Canada video, you should definitely watch that because that gives the whole kind of background story. But if you haven't, I was actually just meant to travel here in 2020. We planned this spot back in like 2019 to come and do just like a 2-week trip together to Banff. Neither of us had any intention to move here. But then yeah, it's what, like 4 years later now and we're finally in Banff together. And I think that's really cool. It's like our story has kind of come full circle. We've just been sitting here for probably like, oh, they're fighting again, look. Anyway, as I was saying, we've been sitting here for the last like 20 minutes or so just watching this herd, and it's so cool. There's a couple of males with like really big antlers. They're definitely like the dominant ones. and they're calling so much, just like herding this whole group out. It's so interesting. Like the sounds just remind me of Polar Express. Such a cool thing to just be able to sit and watch and witness. Oh look, the two in the back are doing it too. I feel like they're just playing. Yeah. We finished off the day by going to the St. James Gate for Irish Night. They have it there every Thursday, and a local in town plays incredible music, there's dancing, it's so much fun, so it was a great way to wrap up our day.